Hello Shutterbugs! In this video, I'm going to share with you how to use the app Un. Then I will share with you a little trick that I use to make my Instagram feed a little bit more consistent. I'm going to give you a couple examples on how you can achieve that. And at the end of the video, I'm going to make a summary of all those tips that I share with you through this tutorial and how they can really improve the way that you post in social media. And you can take more advantage of this tool. This app can help us save time, have a more organized Instagram feed, and we can have a ton of creative fun. So let's start now. The first thing is that we open the app. And then when we open the app, we're gonna see the first icon, that it's a plus sign. That plus sign is gonna take me to my camera roll, so I can actually select the photos that I want to use, I'm planning to use to post on my Instagram. A little trick on how you can get there even faster is just to double click one of the grids. You double click it and then you go exactly at the same spot, your camera roll. The first grid that I'm gonna create, it's gonna be with my professional photos. So you can have a little bit of an idea of one of the tools that I really wanna show you. You just click on them, you will see it's selected. I'm gonna select 4 of them. Then I click done, and then they're gonna appear in this grid, which is the way that it's gonna look on my Instagram feed. The cool thing about this app is that you can actually move it around. So you can determine if you like one photo next to another one, if it gives the message that you want to give on your social media. So maybe in this case, I like it like this, or maybe I would like to look how they look if I don't post it this exact way. So I just hold the image, move it around, and it could go wherever I want. So let's say that I want it in the middle. So it breaks these 2 photos that are very similar. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I want it back where it was, so it's 2 green ones and then a different photo. Or maybe I want something completely different, so I hold it again, move it up, and then double click this empty space, and maybe just add a new photo, a completely new photo. So then my Instagram feed starts having a shape, a message. So you can see already there's so many possibilities. Okay, the last photo that I add, maybe I'm like, you know what, I don't really like it. So what I need to do is just go to the trash icon. You want to delete it? Sure, and bye-bye. The thing with Instagram is that when you publish it, then you cannot rearrange them. So you're pretty much stuck with whatever you thought it could look good. So in this case, we can actually organize our feed and everything is gonna be just fine. So let's go to the next feature. That's something that a lot of people like. I'm not gonna dig in too much into this tool because I do not think it's actually good for your Instagram engagement. You're gonna see what I'm talking about, but it is very cool. Like, it looks cool, but it will be a decision that you will need to make. I'm gonna show you. So let's say that I really like these 4 photos, but I would like my Instagram to look a little bit more like a magazine. So one thing I can do is select a horizontal photo, click the second icon, and I'm gonna have this weird option. I'm gonna select a new space, and you see, it will divide your photo in 2. So if we hold the photo, if you move it, you can actually make it 2 photos. So I think this looks very cool, so I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna do it again so you can see how powerful this could look in an actual Instagram feed. These apps sometimes take a little bit too long, so just be a little bit patient. And I have a kind of magazine layout going on. I can probably hold this photo back, and then it kind of has a very interesting look. It really looks like a magazine. The thing with this is that you are posting 2 photos. And probably if I do exactly this, I post this photo and then this photo, the person is just gonna see half of this photo. Some people will know what you're doing and maybe go to your profile and see how the final picture look. But some people don't really know how this looks like. So they're gonna be like, why are you posting half a picture? It's weird. So it really depends on taste and what you're looking for. If you don't really care that much about Instagram's engagement and all this, you care more about the beautiful look that your feed can have, go for it. If you care a lot on how much engagement you get per photo, then it's not definitely like a good option. If you think this is pretty cool, let me know in the comments. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe. So one interesting thing that you can do is that, for example, this photo might look cut on Instagram. And I'm like, you know what? I want to see her face. So what you're going to do is that you're going to click on the photo, then click on this icon that it looks like a couple lines, hit crop, hit square, scroll up, then apply, and then I'm done. And then this is how it's gonna look on your Instagram. It might look a little bit more cohesive or whatever. Maybe you don't really care because when somebody sees it on your Instagram feed, it might look complete. So again, it is really about taste. But these are possibilities that it's really cool, to be honest. To show you the next tool, I'm gonna try with new photos. Okay, so here I added a couple personal photos. So this next tool is actually cool to experiment. So I can select 3 photos or minimum 2 photos, and then I can hit the third icon. What it's gonna do is that it's gonna mix them up a little bit, or I can select 2 and then, they go, and then see which one I like one next to another. It tends to look better if we, for example, post a selfie and then something that it's related to still life, or then maybe something that it's full body. It does give it a little bit more rhythm, one next to each other. The next icon, it's pretty much just to export the photo. So let's say that I want to publish this photo on Instagram, so post directly to Instagram. Maybe I want to save it on my camera roll. It gives you more share options like copy the image, message, email, whatever. So this is really just to take it to the place that you finally are gonna publish your photo. Let's go to the next one. The next icon is really to edit your photo. I'm gonna share with you what I like and what I don't really like about this. First, you need to select only one photo. If I select 2 photos and click the icon, it's gonna say, please select one grid to edit. So that, it's not gonna work. So just one. And then when I'm on my photo, I can click on effects. It can have a couple filters. It says supplies, but those supplies, I tried to download them. It gave me a couple problems. So I'm really not gonna recommend that option. So I'm gonna hit cancel. Then you can crop the photo, adjust orientation, add some text. To be honest, there's a lot of things you can do here, but for my taste, they don't look as professional, so I would not suggest you to actually use them. I edit my photos with the app Lightroom, and when I edit my photos, I tend to use one filter at least in 6 or 9 consecutive photos. Why do I do that? So I can have a more cohesive Instagram feed if I would like. I didn't really identify with any filters, so I created my own Lightroom presets. It's how I edit my photos. So for example, this preset, the name is Power. I'm gonna leave you the link on the description. I love them, so in case you want to see them, they're available in that link. So let's continue. The next icon is pretty much trash. The next icon, it's very helpful, very powerful if you really like to organize your Instagram feed with time. One of the reasons why I use this app all the time, it's because I can actually schedule my post. I know when I'm gonna post for the next week. So during the week, I don't need to be checking what am I gonna post on Instagram and this and that, and it's part of my business. So I need to be consistent. So to avoid being inconsistent, this tool really helps me. So I could click in 2 photos, and then hit this icon. They're gonna mix together. What it does is that you're gonna have a couple photos in the same grid, which is really helpful if you're doing carousels on Instagram. So in this case, when I finally want to post that photo, I can just click the photo, go to the export, post on Instagram on my feed, and then I will see that it exports 2 photos. So I can click here on Instagram, click my 2 photos and hit next. And then I'm starting to make a carousel. So it is really helpful to keep things organized. You will see you have an icon on the top of the photo, which means it's an album. If I don't want to have it, I can double click there and I could add more photos to my album so they become organized for my future carousel. Or I can just release it because I don't want to make it a carousel anymore. It doesn't feel right. Instagram problems. So I can click the 2 photos and hit release, and sometimes, just being honest, it crashes. Keeping it real, guys. But don't worry, then when you open it again, the photos are released. If somebody from is watching this, please fix that feature. Okay, let's continue. The next tool is a time saver for real. So I click this photo, I hit the next icon, and then you're gonna see that it says caption. You're gonna see the hashtag and they automatically share their Instagram account. You can use it if you really feel connected with the app and want to share it because they do have a free feature. But if not, you can just erase it and not make it part of the caption. So you can write the caption that you would like to post. It is really a time saver because maybe on Sunday I know what I'm going to post, I know what I'm going to talk about, so I just write, let's say for the purpose of this video, hello, and an emoji. I normally write my captions in English and in Spanish, and they tend to be about photo tips, and they can get very long and they have juicy information in there. So it's something that probably I'm not gonna do if I'm in the middle of a photo shoot. Hey, I need to post. Or maybe I'm just, going through life in meetings and all this stuff. I can't be just sitting down for 1 hour deciding what am I gonna post, what am I gonna write in my caption. You know how it is. So you just write it, boom, 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 and you hit done. And then when you're gonna post it on your Instagram, you have the photo and the caption and it's ready to post. Another feature that you can find there, if you hit the button again, it's the tag feed. Hashtags, all this stuff really help your content to be found on Instagram in case that you wanna grow your audience and find new people that are related with your niche or they have the same interest that you have. So I can hit tag and I have 4 lists of tags that I normally use or I really like. So you can create a list, like just hit the top and maybe I want to create hashtags about selfies. Hashtag selfie, hashtag selfie love, hashtag selfie. Let me know in the comments which hashtag will you use on your selfie. So whatever, I just hit done and I have a new list. So in the future, when I'm gonna post another photo, instead of being in this process of finding a hashtag that I think it matched with the photo, maybe I've been posting selfies every week. So every time I hit a selfie, this is my selfie tags. I gotta save. So then below, you're gonna see that you can hit tags and you will see your selfie lover, hashtags, whatever. And then I hit it and then it's gonna show up on my caption. So it does save time, so you don't need to redo the hashtag investigation or wasting time on that. So that's cool. So I hit done and then my caption, it is pretty much done. Of course, that wouldn't be my caption, but you know what I mean. Let's continue. The next feature will really help you to mix things up. And when I say mix things up, it's for real mix things up. So if I hit it, it's gonna start moving around my feed. Boom, 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 boom. Do I like it? This part or that part? Does it look better? So you can actually decide in which order you think it might look better. Sometimes you're not sure where to put it, and then this gives you a preview that it might spark your creativity. Another option is this icon. So if I click it, I can see how it will look without that photo for a minute. I can click the photo, click the icon, and it says phantom mode. So I can click the photo and it will disappear. So I can see a preview on how it will look without that photo. Maybe that photo, it's not giving me the results I want, so we can get rid of that for a minute. And maybe we see it and we're like, I missed that photo. So to give it back, just hit the icon again and it will come back and nothing happened. You don't need to like go again to your photos, see where the photo is, and blah, 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 blah. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe. I share photo tips every week. The next feature, it's about scheduling. If you're trying to take your social media as part of your business, it is very important to be consistent. But that sounds very easy, but sometimes it's not that easy. One of the tools that it could actually help you, it's to hit this icon. You can set reminders on when you should be able to post. If you go to your Instagram's analytics, for example, if you're on your Instagram, you just go on inside this, you can actually see if you have a business or creators account. I have a creators account, so I'm able to see what's going on really with my audience. So if I hit audience and I scroll down, you could see the followers, and in the followers numbers I could see that, for example, on Wednesday they have a tendency to be more connected during a certain time. So it looks like most of my followers get connected at night, like at 9 p.m. But this is only on Wednesday. If I hit Thursday, it gives me a different number, but again, it's at 9. So it really depends. Every platform, everyone has different statistics. And for some people, it's better in the morning or at night or whatever. If you care about this timing to post your photos, you can set a reminder. So you can be, okay, in my case, it's at 9 p.m. So I hit the plus button. I be on Thursday, on Wednesday, they connect around 9. So I can set an alarm at 9 p.m., save. And then I'm gonna get a reminder. I have more of my followers connected, so they can get the premiere of my post and my photo, get more engagement, and blah, 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 blah. Another thing that you can have, but I believe that this is in the premium side, I'm not that sure, that it could actually be seen without paid. In this area, you can get some statistics, your followers, top posts, the best times that they recommend you to post, and the best hashtags. You can have this little insight. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure if this is a free feature. I will need to recheck. If for any reason you haven't paid anything with this app and you cannot see it, or you can see it, let us know in the comments so we can all be informed. You can really take advantage of this app without paying, but if you want some extra grids or extra features, you might need to have a plan. But really, it depends on how serious you're about this. I told you at the beginning that I wanted to show you a couple different styles of feeds. So one of the things that I do to keep it consistent is to use the same filter. I want to show you how powerful the filters can be when we're trying to be consistent in social. So the first grid that we saw was the filter power. The power one was very warm, and this one, it will be very faded in a way. So selecting the exact same photos, I will get a very different, like a more faded look, that it could be very city vibe, like it give you like a very city blogger kind of vibe. If you would like something that it's more happy, more colorful, so I have the filter Lolita. So it's the exact same photos using different filters. You can get a very different look. So it's something to take in consideration when you're selecting your filter and you're using un. So it does make sense the filters that we're using, how they look one next to each other. Sometimes when people take very seriously all this, they take photos that have similar colors, so everything looks very nice next to each other, but it really depends on how serious you are looking for this Instagram look. It is something very nice to be very aware about. I gave you a couple tips through this tutorial. Be consistent with your social media. This will make you be like a TV show, because every time at certain time you will post, people will feel related and will know what to expect. Another tip is to keep it consistent with one filter. You don't necessarily need to do that, but it does look very nice when you do that. And if you would like to use any of the filters that I mentioned here, they're on the description below. The next tip is to experiment. You want to see how it looks one thing next to another, and really, honestly, this is supposed to be fun, and you can get very creative and treat your Instagram like a magazine where you share powerful knowledge, beautiful images, and you just have a ton of fun creating and sharing your new experiences with the world. And because I know social media is very powerful, I'm very passionate about sharing the best content that I can with you guys. So every day you get new features and new tips for getting great photos on your social media. If you would like me to make another tutorial with a different app, let me know in the comments. If you thought this was helpful, let me know in the comments as well. I would love to know your feedback to know if I can make more videos like this and you can take advantage of it. If you would like to know more tips on how to look and feel amazing in your photos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I share new videos every week and I'm here completely to help, so let me know any questions in the comments. I hope you learned a lot. I hope that you had a ton of fun. I hope to see you next week. Don't forget, you're beautiful and special. See you next time.